So a potent strike force for Grimsby Town. And just awaiting the kick-off, referee Mr. Muge signals to his assistants, and we'll get this cup final underway. Around about a minute early. People still arriving tonight. Lovely balmy summer's evening in West London. Referee blows the whistle and we're underway in the Youth Alliance Cup final. Grimsby pick up possession with Steele out to the left-hand side. He finds Parker. Parker pumps it forward, but Rangers come away with German up front. German looking to find his strike partner Josh Parker, but the ball runs out of play on that far side for a Grimsby throw-in to be taken by the left-back Craig Parker, who has to go and retrieve the ball from the Ellerslie Road stand himself. He's just below the commentary position, 10 yards inside his own half, left-hand side. Parker, the chunky left-back, hoists that forward. Rangers pick it up again on halfway. German gets in there. He's dispossessed by Steele for Grimsby. Steele pumps it forward. Rangers clear their lines at right back with Michael Wright and pick it up going forward again, looking for German. It's a bit like a pinball match so far. Both sides giving the ball away early on and trying to get a feel of possession. Rangers concede a free kick. There's a foul there by Frankie Sutherland, and Grimsby have a free kick 15 yards inside the Rangers half, left-hand side. Taken quickly down the left to Thompson. Thompson cuts it back to the left-back Parker, who clips it forward and behind for a goal kick. Well, Ian Taylor alongside me. It's 14, 15 years since Rangers were last in a cup final, and an exciting night when we beat West Ham here. A crowd of around about 4,000. Kevin Gallen scored twice that night, and of course he went on to be a big first-team star here.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, like we said in the introductions, I mean, this is a massive opportunity for these lads. I know there's a big crowd here, big chance for them to show what they're about. And I know that Gareth Ainsworth's here, Gianni Palladine is here. We've got some former players, as you said. So it's got all the ingredients of a really exciting and important cup tie for our young guys.
So, goal kick forward to be taken by Elvis Putinins, the Latvian in goal for the Rangers. Two foreign players in the Super Hoops ranks tonight. Max Emer playing on the left-hand side of midfield is a German, so two overseas players in the youth team. And Rangers build down the right-hand side. Davenport's crosses charged down, and that is a corner. First corner of the night to Rangers, and be taken on the right-hand side at the loft end to be taken by Davenport, I think. Right on the far side, holds his right arm aloft, steps back against an advertising hoarding, curls it into the near post. There's a chance in there. German comes with a late run, but it's headed away by the Grimsby centre half, Matthew Bird, who's had a trial with Manchester United, but he's been held back with a knee injury lately. Rangers trying to build now on the right-hand side with Sutherland. Sutherland brings it down, plays it forward, looking for German, but it trickles all the way through to Overton in the Grimsby goal. Overton, bathed and basked in sunshine, long punt forward, up and over halfway. Man's on the halfway line, in fact, and Rangers try and gain possession. The ball squirts off Josh Parker and is out of play for a Grimsby throw. Taken by Sam Woods. Woods inside, looking for his colleague Davis. He's dispossessed by Josh Parker of Rangers. Parker plays it inside and to the left-hand side now to Aaron Waters. Waters kicks it forward and it's charged down for a Rangers throw, which Waters will take on the left-hand side. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Grimsby 0. Live commentary throughout the 90 minutes on QPR World. German for Rangers just outside the penalty area, left-hand side, plays it out to the left to Josh Parker. Two Grimsby players force him wide, but he's beaten them and he's pulled down from behind by the number 2 Sam Woods, and Rangers have a free kick. This is 3 or 4 yards from the byline, left-hand side, dangerous position, and a couple of the big guns from the back trundling forward for this free kick. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Grimsby Town 0, and a free kick on the left-hand side for Rangers to be taken by Davenport, I think it is. Comes forward right-footed into the near post. It clips across the face of the goal and drifts wide. Well, Ian Taylor, that was a good delivery there, and it just needed a head on the ball to put it in the net, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Max Emer who actually delivered it, and his delivery is exceptional. He's one of those guys that, you know, give him the ball in any position and he'll whip a great ball in there. It was a right-footed cross this time, and I thought Rangers should have been rewarded a corner there, but I think the referee kind of prompted the linesman to make a different decision there, so it's a goal kick, and as you said, the goalkeeper Lee Overton's bathing glorious sunshine.
And he takes a long kick forward over halfway with Grimsby pick up possession inside the Rangers half. There's a good challenge there. Well, the referee's given a free kick for a foul on Josh Fuller of Grimsby, and it seemed to me to be a good challenge by the Rangers number 3 Craig Parker. Grimsby have taken this free kick about 3 times. The referee keeps calling them back to take it again. It'll be taken midway inside the Rangers half, right-hand side, by Liam Davis. Davis spots it up now at the school end, attacking the school end. Grimsby have 5 players laced in and around the edge of the Rangers penalty area. Davis will hoist this deep to the far post. The heads go up at the far post, and there's a chance in there for Grimsby that the number 4, Liam Davis, curling that free kick in, couldn't find a colleague, and Rangers come away in their massed ranks of blue and white, but giving the ball away on the halfway line. Liam Davis picks it up again for Grimsby Town. Out to the right, finds Nathan Dixon, who can't keep the ball under control, and Rangers have a throw in midway inside their own half, left-hand side. So Queen's Park Rangers 0, Grimsby 0. Ian Taylor, little knocking so far, and neither side really getting a grip on the game or getting any possession going.
Rangers will be very keen, Tony, to get the midfield trio of Davenport, Smith and Amer on the ball. They're the ball players in there. Terry does the guile, Terry puts the graft in, and Danny can offer a little bit of both, whereas, like I said, Max is in there to just get his foot on the ball, keep possession, similar to the way some of the first...
Josh Parker burst down the left-hand side, evaded 2 challengers and shot home at the near post under the despairing dive of goalkeeper Overton, and Rangers are in the lead. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0.
Excellent. I mean, what a fantastic start for the guys. He called the man in, and he really, the guy kind of committed himself, and once he got past him, you put him in that position. He showed that in the FA Youth Cup already this year that you get him in a good position, a good goal scoring position, he'll certainly take advantage.
Parker with his 14th goal of the season, and Rangers lead after 6 minutes of this Puma Youth Alliance League Cup final. There were roars of celebration around this main stand, a crowd approaching right about 1,000 here, and a very, very good start by Rangers as Josh Parker made the goal all himself down the left. He took on 2 despairing defenders and then shot home expertly at the near post. Grimsby tried to build on the right-hand side. There's a challenge in there by their centre-forward Danny Freeman, and he wins a throw-in on the right, to be taken by right-back Sam Woods for Grimsby in their red and black kit. Hoists it forward towards the edge of the penalty area, and Rangers will clear their lines with Luke Ollie. Long on forward looking for German faced by 2 defenders, and there's a clearance at the back there by the Grimsby centre half Gray, back to goalkeeper Overton, who dispatches it out quickly to Parker on the left-hand side, the left back. He plays it forward looking for Freeman up front, Grimsby's leading scorer, but the ball drifts out of play into the Ellerslie Road stand on the far side. So Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0. The scorer after 6 minutes was Josh Parker with a superlative solo individual goal. Throw into Rangers on the far side to be taken by Michael Wright. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0. Wright plays it short to Harris. Harris hoists that forward. German comes back from an offside position. The referee waves play on, and it's nudged back to the goalkeeper by Matthew Bird of Grimsby to his Mariners goalkeeper Overton. Overton rolls the ball outside his penalty area into the D of the penalty area. Long clearance forward up to the right-hand side, looking for Dixon. Dixon, who's scored 15 goals this season for Grimsby Town, but he loses out, and Rangers try to pick up possession on the left with Aaron Waters. It's bobbling around on the halfway line now, and finally Rangers get it again with Amer, and Grimsby win it back. Their number 7 Dixon wins a free kick for a handball there in the midfield by Terry Smith of Rangers. So Grimsby's second free kick, it's rolled short and inside. Freeman's involved, Davis there, and also out to the right hand side Sam Woods, the right back, who's the son of the youth team manager Neil Woods of Grimsby Town. A bit of pinball-like scramble around about the edge of the Rangers penalty area, but the Hoops get it away with Luke Ollie. Grimsby win it back on the edge of the penalty area with Fuller. Fuller is dispossessed by the Rangers right back Michael Wright, but Grimsby come again on the left with Matthew Bird, and a good challenge in there by the Rangers right back Michael Wright, but Grimsby win it back. Appeals for a penalty perhaps for the visitors, but turned down by the referee, and Grimsby come again, this time down the outside right channel with the onrushing Sam Woods. His free kick is cleared. Rangers chest it down with Josh Parker, the goal scorer. Free kick in the end, and this will be midway inside the Rangers half right hand side. Well, Ian Taylor is a little bit scrappy, but Rangers can have their tails up after taking that early lead.
Yeah, I think it's always the case in cup finals. There's always a little bit of nervous energy there, and that appears to be the case at the moment.
Well, Grimsby building on the right with Nathan Dixon, but he runs into a strong challenge by Aaron Waters, the Rangers left back with sandy hair. And German picks it up for Rangers as we build again on the left-hand side. It's the goal scorer, Josh Parker. He's now scored 14 goals this season in 25 games. That's some considerable strike rate. They switch the play, Rangers to the right-hand side to right. Inside in the centre circle is Danny Davenport. Clips it forward, out to the right-hand side to Sutherland. Sutherland's cross to the middle. German's there. He ducks underneath that. He was unmarked on the 6-yard line, but he couldn't reach it. Out to the left, Josh Parker. Tight to the touchline, right-hand side. Deep, high-hanging cross. It falls on the edge of the penalty area where Grimsby clear their lines with the number 8 James Steele. Plays it out to the left-hand side to Kyle Thompson for Grimsby, who cuts forward onto the number 10 Josh Fuller, and his through ball finds Danny Freeman offside. So that's the first offside decision of the game, and still Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0. That goal from Josh Parker after just 6 minutes. And Ian Taylor from the Rangers press office. Parker and German up front for Rangers. They've scored now 27 goals between them this season. That's some good strike rate, isn't it?
They're absolutely prolific, and I think that's why the two of them are being tipped for really bright futures. I know Antonio, as I said earlier in the build-up, has been involved in first-team squads. They like the look of him. He's strong, he's quick. And as you see there, he's good in the air, he puts himself about, and that's all you can ask for a striker, just to be 100% committed, and then as his goals record show, the goals will come if you put the effort in.
Grimsby in possession with Jamie Steele in the centre circle, plays it out to the left-hand side to Craig Parker. Parker back in turn to Steele, long ball forward, drifts out of play on the far side for a Rangers throw. This is level with the penalty spot on that far right-hand side, taken by Michael Wright. Wright will hoist this forward up towards the head of Frankie Sutherland, and Rangers trying to get the ball up to German at every available opportunity, but that through ball in the end drifts all the way through to Lee Overton in the Grimsby goal. He plays it out to the right hand side to Sam Woods. Woods dispossessed though, and Rangers come forward with Parker. Parker is fouled from behind, and Rangers have a free kick. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0. We had 12 minutes played at Loftus Road. The goal after just 6 minutes, and was scored by Josh Parker from an obscure angle on the left, but he took it really well and scored in spectacular fashion. So Rangers 1-0 up and have a free kick midway inside the Grimsby half, left-hand side, to be taken by Aaron Waters. Hairstyle like a young Gary Waddock, Aaron Waters, and
so he's ginger, is that what you're saying, Tony?
Gary Waddock's hair is very, very faint now, it's very, very blonde. But what do we call that? Do we call that strawberry blonde? I don't know.
I think that's the politically correct
the modern expression. Anyway, Rangers have a throw on that right hand side as we digress and discuss hairstyles. There's a throw in to be taken by Michael Wright. This is 15 yards inside the Grimsby half. Looks around for his options, needs somebody to make a run, and plays it short inside to Ed Harris. Harris out to the left hand side to the aforementioned Aaron Waters. Waters cuts past one challenge, comes forward on the left, plays it out to the left hand side to Josh Parker. Parker faced by two defenders every time, but he's no problem in taking them on, gets his cross in. It's headed away there by Gray for Grimsby, who come away now in the centre of the field with their onrushing number 4 Davis, but he's dispossessed on the right hand side by Michael Wright. Wright's through ball is charged down by Thompson of Grimsby, and Rangers clear their lines.
That certainly looks like the outlet, doesn't it, Tony, to Josh Parker down the left hand flank. I mean, he's causing the Grimsby right back. I think Sam Woods is causing them all sorts of problems, so I think that will certainly be the aim. That'll be what Steve Gannon and Keith Ryan on the Rangers bench will be saying: get the ball out to Josh and let him do his stuff.
Absolutely, but every time he gets the ball, as you said, the right back's struggling a little bit, so they're doubling up, and every time Josh is getting the ball on that side, he's faced by at least 2 players, but he's taking them on quite easily and getting his crosses in, and he's got away from those 2 defenders with great pace and speed to score that opening goal after 6 minutes. So picking up possession now, Grimsby on the right hand side with a throw-in to be taken by Sam Woods, the son of their youth team manager Neil Woods. Plays the ball back to their playmaker Liam Davis, who's seen a lot of the ball in the early period, and he wins the throw-in of Josh Parker. So this throw-in 8 yards from the byline, right hand side. Sam Woods again to take it, hoists it forward, finds the eager beaver Liam Davis. Davis cuts inside, and he's dispossessed there by the Rangers left back Aaron Waters. Forward to Josh Parker, who again is faced by 2 players doubling up all the time to try and dispossess him. Steele and Sam Woods following, almost man-marking Josh Parker in the opening stages of the game. So Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0. and live commentary on QPR World. Rangers have a throw in midway inside the Grimsby half left-hand side to be taken by Aaron Waters, and Waters plays it inside to Terry Smith. Out looking for Parker, but that pass in the end by Danny Davenport, a little bit too strong, rolls out of play for a Grimsby throw. This is level with their own penalty area, right-hand side to be taken by Sam Woods. Long ball forward, looking for Dixon, who flicks it on. Rangers win possession. It's thumped forward at the back there by Ed Harris, looking for German up front again. And this time it's Terry Smith who gets possession for Rangers to Parker. Left-hand side, midway inside his own half. Clipped across to the far post. It drops in Grimsby territory, and they clear it at the second attempt. Matthew Bird making the clearance there, and Rangers win possession again on the left-hand side with Parker. Parker, the star performer so far, tries to interchange with German, but the ball rolls out of play on this near right-hand side.
Tell you what, it's great to see from our vantage point here, we've got Paul Furlong sitting just in front of us.
Absolutely.
And he's living every kick here. It's absolutely fantastic to see him. And he's got family and kids there as well, which is absolutely great. And that's what it's all about nights like this. There's a lot of young kids here, as well as the seasoned QPR supporters, I guess you could call them. So it's absolutely fantastic to see a mix of all ages coming to support what we hope will be, the future of this club.
Paul Furlong, who scored his 200th professional goal last week for Barnet on Easter Monday, and still at 40 years old, a consummate professional, still comes along to watch youth team football to give his support. And those young lads will see him in the crowd, and it will give them a boost to see that people are taking an interest in them. Right, Grimsby build on the left-hand side with Parker, their left back. Ball played forward into Rangers territory, and a foul there by the centre half Ed Harris gives Grimsby a free kick. Both sides looking for a little bit of silverware tonight. Grimsby not having the best of seasons at first team level, struggling in the bottom three of League Two against relegation, although it looked like as if they're going to be safe. There has just been a chant of Mariners, Mariners by about 3 Grimsby fans who've probably come down in a car to support their side tonight. Ball hoisted into the Rangers penalty area and hacked away at right back by Michael Wright. Grimsby come again on the left, but again Wright gets his clearance forward looking for German. German dispossessed there by Matthew Bird, and Rangers pick it up with Max Amer, the German who's playing on the right hand side of midfield. Out to the left now to Waters and on to Parker. Good passing movement by Rangers. A patchwork passing move. 3-4 consecutive passes applauded there by the crowd. Ball played forward to Parker. Parker inside looking for his team colleague Terry Smith. And back down in Rangers territory now. Clearance forward by Ed Harris over halfway, where Parker finds Antonio German. Pass one challenge, gets to the byline, gets a low cross into the middle, and a Grimsby goalkeeper Lee Overton has to scamper across the 6-yard line to smother the danger and play it out to the left to Thompson, their left winger, advancing over halfway, plays it short to Freeman, their centre forward with 21 goals this season, back in turn to Steele, and now onto the playmaker Davis. Davis clips it forward, but Rangers pick up the pieces with Luke Ollie, and he plays a long one forward into Grimsby territory, where the goalkeeper Overton picks it up and bowls it out to the right hand side to Sam Woods. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0, 18 minutes played at Loftus Road in this Puma Youth Alliance League Cup final. The goal after 6 minutes from Josh Parker. A splendid individual striker. He took on 2 defenders at pace and then shot under the goalkeeper's body at the near post. Goalkeeper for Rangers, Elvis Putin, rolls the ball outside his penalty area, comes forward in his lime green kit. Ball up and over halfway. German is out-jumped there by Mark Gray, the Grimsby centre half, and the Mariners come away on the right-hand side of the on-rushing Josh Fuller, who gets to the byline and has been pulled down there by Rangers left back Aaron Waters, and this could be a yellow card. Ian Taylor, I think Waters went for the ball there, he just mistimed that a little bit there.
Yeah, I think he just got there a little bit late, didn't he? I think there has to be a booking in this day and age, even though the ball was clearly going out of play. And I don't think it was Dixon. I don't think Dixon's going to get there, but the referee's left with no choice but showing a yellow, which is just
So first booking of the game, Waters, the Rangers left back, for a late challenge on Dixon, and Grimsby have a free kick. This is 10 yards from the byline. The foul was actually on the byline. Ball was going out of play, but this free kick is 10 yards from the byline, and Jamie Steele of Grimsby to take it. Grimsby have
Oh, it looks like the referee's just indicated to the player to move it towards the byline now, so probably narrows the angle a little bit for the free kick.
Absolutely, they must have heard our commentary there, because the free kick was right on the byline. Now it's been taken about a yard and a half from the byline, and it's Jamie Steele to take it deep to the far post. There's a chance in there, and a shot. A deflection across the face of the goal. It's gone behind for a goal kick, and that's Grimsby's best effort so far. Behind for a goal kick, and I think it was the centre half Gray who got that shot in, and just a foot wide of the post. Ian Taylor, that's the nearest that the visitors have come tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tony. I thought that took a deflection. Perhaps it was off one of our own lads, but I don't know. It was certainly a strange one. The ball was flighted towards the back post. He seemed to jump in the air as he hit the volley, and he got a good connection, but I think it just took a deflection there. But the referee gave a goal kick to players.
So that's the closest Grimsby have gone, but don't forget Rangers leading by 1-0. The goal scorer Josh Parker after 6 minutes, and it's Parker in possession as I speak, down the left-hand side, level at the edge of the penalty area, again being shepherded wide by a couple of Grimsby defenders, but Parker is taking them all on, and this time though he's dispossessed. Pushing away with James Steele. Steele plays a long one forward into Rangers territory. The on-rushing centre forward is Danny Freeman. Out comes Elvis Putinans in the Rangers goal to smother the danger, but the offside flag is up, and it wouldn't have counted anyway. So Rangers have a free kick. This is about midway inside their own half. And just in the last couple of minutes, Ian Taylor, we've seen a couple of glimpses from Grimsby to show that this game is not over, really, is it?
Yeah, they're coming out to show now, I think. I guess the majority of these lads have never played in a stadium of this size. I know there's only probably 1,000 plus in the crowd, but it's an 18,000 all-seater stadium, and with no disrespect to Glenville Park or any of the other grounds that they play in week in, week out, it probably is quite intimidating.
That famous old expression, Grimsby on a rainy Tuesday night. Rangers went up there 3 years running on rainy Tuesday nights in the what's now the League Two. Now Grimsby away again on the left-hand side with Thompson, the left winger. His shot is charged down by goalkeeper Putinans, and Putinans saves again at the second attempt. Ian Taylor, this goalkeeper has done really well there, and he's been in some splendid form lately, hasn't he?
Oh, fantastic, great double save. But I think you've got to give a lot of credit there to Danny Davenport. When Putin saved the first effort, he was quick there, Danny Davenport. I think he's probably picked up what looks to be a slight knock for his troubles, but he got there, he got a fantastic tackle in, and all credit to him for that.
So Rangers still leading by a goal to nil, but the action mopping up in the last 2 minutes, and Grimsby twice going close. The volley by Bird, inches wide, and then that fantastic double save by Putinans, second to go. And Putinans with the ball at his feet to clear his lines, and Rangers still leading courtesy of that Josh Parker goal after 6 minutes. 2.5 minutes played, exactly midway through the first half. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0. And Rangers win a free kick. There was a foul there by Josh Fuller on Josh Parker of Rangers, and this is 15 yards inside the Grimsby half on the left of centre, and it will be taken by Max Eimer, German dead ball expert for Queen's Park Rangers. Eimer comes forward now to clip this free kick forward. Rangers have 4 players laced along the edge of the box. It's German who gets a little flick, and it drifts all the way through to Lee Overton in the Grimsby goal in his yellow shirt, black shorts, black socks, giant white gloves. He bowls the ball outside the box, comes forward right-footed and up over halfway. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0. Rangers still on the left with Parker. Parker's now jumped by Sam Woods. Rangers get possession at the back. Blue Collie is closed down, but he's fouled from behind there. The Grimsby pick up possession with James Steele. The referee has given a free kick for handball. It was flicked forward there by the centre forward Danny Freeman for Grimsby. And Ian Taylor, did you see that? It seemed to clip off a Rangers hand there. I think it was Luke Ollie.
A little bit harsh for me, Tony, but that's probably me with my Rangers cap on. But it's a free kick, 20, 23, 24, 25 yards from goal. Elvis Putinans, as you say, been in excellent form. He's just returned from a successful youth team tour in Sardinia, where not only did the under-18s win the Fair Play Cup, but he was also named as the best goalkeeper throughout the entire tournament. So he's got great potential. He's a Latvian international already at such a young age. So let's see how he copes with this free kick. There's 3 or 4 candidates. It looks as though it's going to be the number 11, Carl Thompson, lined up on his left peg. But I see the big number 5, Mark Gray, has steam forward from the back, and he's probably going to have a sight and goal by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's just right of centre. It's in a dangerous position, and it's rolled short to Gray, whose shot is across the face of the goal. Hits a Forest of Rangers' legs. Thompson follows up. Great save by Putin. Grimsby come again, and another double save from Putin, this time from Nathan Dixon. Well, Ian, just what you were saying there, this goalkeeper's in splendid form.
Oh, outstanding. And the first save he did well to divert it to safety, and then he was back on his feet so quickly and to avert the danger. He got a strong hand on the first one. He was down low to his left to save the second. Excellent goalkeeping all around.
That's a sign of a good goalkeeper. It's not making the save, it's getting up to make the next one. The expression in football, second ball, is normally about midfield clashes. Second ball gets onto the end of a header, but the second ball for a goalkeeper equally or even more important. Rangers have a throw on the far side. Sutherland takes it to right, and it's humped forward again, looking for German. But Grimsby come away with their best player, Davis. He's dispossessed now, and Rangers back on the ascendancy. Left-hand side with Terry Smith. Terry Smith tight to the touchline, cuts back onto his right foot, gets the cross in, headed away there in diving fashion by Parker of Grimsby, and behind for a Rangers corner. Rangers' second corner at the Loftus Road end. To be taken by Max Amo, who takes all the dead balls, the German youngster for Rangers, wearing the number 7 shirt tonight. Bounces the ball a couple of times and strolls confidently over to the quadrant. Holds two arms aloft as a signal to his colleagues. And after 26 minutes, it's QPR 1, Grimsby Town 0. Corner on the left-hand side at the loft end to be taken by Max Amer. In towards the near post, headed out by centre-half Gray, and the Mariners come away with Josh Fuller. Fuller rolls that ball forward towards the centre-forward Freeman, and Fuller plays another diagonal pass. Grimsby coming forward on Rose, and in the end it's Davenport, I think, he cleared his lines for Rangers. So QPR 1, Grimsby 0.
I was just going to say, Tony, I think Rangers just need to be a little bit careful. From that corner, Grimsby both got a great pace, and I think it was Michael Wright who got that last ditch challenging, but at one stage on the halfway line it was 5-on-2, and thankfully Wright got a footing, so I'm sure Steve Gallen and Keith Ryan down on the touchline will take a look at that, hopefully before the break, because Grimsby are breaking at a very good pace, and they've really up the ante in the last 5-10 minutes, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, teams are always very it's very dangerous when you put everybody forward for a corner. I think we saw it on Sunday, the Spurs-Newcastle game, when Newcastle were on the attack. I think it was a Newcastle corner that led, or certainly a Newcastle free kick or corner in the box that led to the Spurs goal by Darren Bent. So Rangers have got to be careful because they've been on the back foot in the last few minutes after dominating early on. But Grimsby with some good ball players, and they're playing some good football out there with the likes of Josh Fuller and Liam Davis spraying it around. But anyway, here come Rangers again with Josh Parker on the left-hand side. He rolls it back to his left-sided colleague Aaron Waters. His through ball looking for Terry Smith. Smith's dispossessed by the centre-half Mark Gray, and Rangers win a throw-in on the left-hand side, tight to this Ellerslie Road stand, this South Africa Road stand. Rangers win a throw-in to be taken by Aaron Waters. Waters sees the scene ahead of him. German makes a run. It's played short to Terry Smith. Smith tries to turn, wins another throw. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0. We have live commentary on QPR World throughout the 90 minutes, plus extra time if necessary, but hopefully it won't be needed. Rangers 1-0 up, goal after 6 minutes from Josh Parker.
This needs to settle down again, Tony, don't they? They're conceding possession a little bit too easily at the moment, and that'll be a concern to the players as well as the backroom staff down there. But the shape's good, so as long as the shape's good, that should get them out of any problems there.
Play in fact for Grimsby. I think it's gone for a corner.
Yeah, I thought Josh Parker. No, it wasn't Parker, was it? I think it was Ed Harris. I thought he just kept it in down there, but it looks as though it's going to be a corner, and they're looking at taking the short one. They've decided against it, and it looks like Josh Fuller's going to sting an outswinger into the Rangers box.
Yeah, Grimsby's first corner. It's at the school end of the ground. 29 minutes on the clock. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 0. Josh Fuller takes the corner deep to the far post, and it's straight out of play on that far side for a goal kick. Well, Ian, one or two of these QPR players have featured in the first team squad this season, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Antonio German, he's been involved in warm-ups at first team level, most notably Southampton away. He was on the bench against Southampton, came on, got a good run out there. and he's showing signs of being a really good young player. Obviously, there's a hell of a lot to learn at this young age, but nights like this are only helping in his growing experience.
So Rangers goal kick to be taken by Elvis Putinins. Comes forward right-footed, ball up and over halfway, looking for Terry Smith. Smith out jumped at the back there by Matthew Bird for Grimsby. Rangers win it again with Davenport, and there's an offside flag here against Antonio German. 10 yards inside the Grimsby half. Free-flowing moves, playing some decent football. Ball hoisted up towards their centre forward Freeman. And Rangers win possession, a good header away at the back by Ed Harris. Grimsby again coming forward on the right hand side with Sam Woods. Long diagonal through ball penalty area, and out comes Putinins for Rangers. They've played his part in this clean sheet so far. Now Rangers will have an injury here. The goal scorer Josh Parker is down. It looks like a touch of cramp. Putinins kicks the ball out of play. Ian Taylor, did you see that? It just looks like cramp from here, I think.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it was cramp this early on, but it does appear to be. Our routine physio John Unwin's on the Loughborough trained John Unwin, started his career at Loughborough, and he's had a good footballer as well, I'll tell you. But yeah, he seems to be just going to give Josh a little rub down this. I think it was his back of his right leg, I think. But the referee's looking over it, and there's a few concerned faces in the technical area as well. But he appears to be stretching out.
Yeah, the calf, I think it is. He's moving his ankle as well, rotating it. So certainly a breather. The water bottles have been thrown onto the pitch. It's quite a warm and humid evening. Good lively opening, Ian. I mean, after a good start by Rangers, Grimsby have certainly come back into it, and it's finally poised at the moment, isn't it?
I think the proof's in. I'm looking over to the scoreboard, and we're approaching 32 minutes, and it seems to me as though the game's only just kicked off. So that says everything. The game's flying by, and that's the sign of both sets of players really giving their all, Tony.
And certainly Rangers started well, as we said. Parker got that goal after 6 minutes. Grimsby, since then, really, we've got to say, they've had the better chances. Bird with a volley past the post, and a couple of excellent double saves by Elvis Putinins.
Yeah, he looks excellent, doesn't he, Elvis? I mean, he's got a big reputation then around the back of recent exploits in Sardinia, and he looks as though he's returned and he's firing on all cylinders. He looks a big presence, doesn't he, Tony? I'm not sure of his height, but in that lime green kit at the far end, he does look a big, bulky keeper, and that can only be good for the future of both QPR and the player himself.
Absolutely, and he picks up possession because Grimsby have taken the throw and thrown it back. Nathan Dixon has thrown it back to Elvis Putinins in the Rangers goal. He'll pick
certainly
it up.
biding his time there, isn't he?
Yeah, well, at least Grimsby threw it back. There was an incident on Monday, I think, in the Conference South, where Bromley played AFC Wimbledon, and Wimbledon kicked the ball out of play, and Bromley was supposed to throw it back, and they just recommenced play and scored, and there was almost a riot at Bromley, not within the sort of sporting arrangements of football. But certainly at this level, very, very sporting tonight, and two sets of young players playing the game in the right spirit. Rangers on the right, through ball there by was charged down by Ed Harris, in fact, and Rangers have a throw on the halfway line on that far side, just below the TV gantry position. An elderly steward retrieves the ball from that far stand, and a long throw forward by Wright, looking for German. German tries to get the better of the Grimsby centre half, Matthew Bird, and Rangers win another throw, this time down by the corner flag, just a couple of yards from the byline. Queen's Park Rangers won, Grimsby 33 minutes at Loftus Road. The scorer was Josh Parker, if you've just joined us, and that was after 6 minutes, a solo individual goal. So Matthew Wright to take this throw for Rangers on that far right hand side. It's a long throw into the near post. German comes from off the pitch and tries to connect. There's a scramble in the penalty area, and Grimsby tried to clear their lines. Shot comes in there from the on-rushing number 4, Danny Davenport, and that's behind for a goal kick. Ian Taylor, that was a massive throw, and it caused a wave of consternation in the Grimsby goalmouth, didn't it?
Could be a good weapon, Tony, especially with Antonio. I mentioned earlier how good he is in the air and what a fantastic leap he's got. If we can gain some territory, certainly, whether it be in the first half or the second half, if we can gain some territory. We've got almost a Rory Delap type figure there at right back.
I was going to say that Stoke City have shown that in the Premier League this season. With all their wins, a lot of them have come from those Delap long throws. I think he dislocated his shoulder at one point and wasn't able to do it for a couple of months, and their form suffered. But Stoke look like as if they're going to survive this season, and Rory Delap's form with those long throws has helped that, and Rangers showing a little bit of that technique tonight. Now, long ball forward, there's an injury, the game is stopped, the ball's in Grimsby half, but Grimsby player is down, and I think it's Liam Davis, and their physio will come on.
I think going back to that throwing, Tony, if you've got a weapon like that, you use it, to the best of your ability. And, people are going to say, Stoke have only stayed up because of Roy Delap, but like you say, Delap's been out injured and they're still getting the results, so all credit to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's part and parcel of football, it's within the rules of the game, and they're very, 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 very difficult to defend those throws because they come in at a different angle and a different trajectory and a different pace than a corner. A corner will dip or curl to the far post or whatever. Those throws can be pinpointed and land right on the far post, and if you've got a mobile centre forward like Anthony German that Rangers have tonight, he can get on the end of those.
Yeah, as you say, Antonio's absolutely fantastic in the air, and I think you'll find that a lot of his goals this season have come from him attacking balls, whether he scored directly from the header or he's won the first header and then the teammates responded by knocking it back or knocking it home. So, if you have got the players to use such a tool, then why not do it?
So 9.5 minutes to half time. We're still not playing because of that injury. It's Nathan Dixon of Grimsby, in fact, and he's going off now.
He's been lively, Tony, hasn't he?
Yeah, they've got 2 or 3 very good players, and they've been playing some good passing football. Dixon has done well at number 7, and number 10 Josh Fuller, and the number 4 Liam Davis are prompting and pushing all their play forward. So we'll have a drop ball on the halfway line, and Rangers have Terry Smith in there, and he wins that and comes away out to the left-hand side to find Aaron Waters. Waters long one forward looking for German again. German tries to get a flick on. It drifts all the way through to Overton in the Grimsby goal. Overton, first time clearance right the way down the centre of the field. Headed away there at the back by Ed Harris for Rangers. And flicked on by Aaron Waters. And now a chance again for German to run at the Grimsby defence. He's forced wide by the number 5 Gray. And in the end, Rangers win a throw. So we've got Rangers 1, Grimsby 0. Ian?
He's done really well though, hasn't he? He's just chased down what looked to be a lost cause and he's forced the defender into an error. So you can't ask more of him there, really.
No, it's fantastic. That's all you can ask for, as you said. A lot of football is not what you do in possession, it's what you do out of possession in winning the ball back and closing play down and pressurising the ball. So Rangers try to build. Terry Smith takes on 3 defenders and wins a corner. Well, it looked like a corner there, Ian Taylor.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I think in the centre half, the Mariners centre half, Mark Gray kicked the ball away in frustration because I think he knew he conceded a corner kick there. But again, the referee, a couple of debatable decisions so far, but thankfully not going to cause too many.
Rangers 1-0 up, and that's the main thing for listeners on QPR World tonight. It could be QPR's first silverware for around about 15 years. Now Grimsby built on the left-hand side with their outside left Thompson, who's when he's seen the ball, he's caused 1 or 2 ripples of panic in the Rangers rear guard, but this time he's dispossessed on the right-hand side by Davenport, who comes away up and over halfway, and a header away there by the Grimsby centre half Gray. Rangers come again with Smith to German, and in the midfield now is Davenport to the right-hand side.
Excellent football, Tony, that wasn't it?
Yeah, they're playing both sides, they're playing some very good stuff. Now, a chance in the middle for German. German gets it under control. He needs to turn the 3 defenders around him. Plays it out to the left-hand side to the goal scorer, Parker. Parker's cross is charged down. He'll keep it in play over by the corner flag and try to pull it back to his left-sided colleague, Waters. And he wins a free kick. So, free kick's been given to Grimsby, in fact.
Yeah, I think he just dragged it in. He was trying to rush the ball out for a corner. I think he thought the ball had enough zip on it to go over the right line, but unfortunately didn't. In the end, he just connected
Parker on the left-hand side for Rangers can't pick up possession there from that through ball by Waters. Grimsby come away with Steele's long through ball, finds the on-rushing Freeman up front, caught offside, so he won't be adding to his 21 goals.
They've got a really good line there, haven't they? The back 4 are all keeping a good line. From Walters and right back, and then Ed Harris and Luke Collier keeping a tight line. And there's probably 3 or 4 occasions now. I'm looking up at the TV here. There's a certain Jamie Carragher talking about the forthcoming Liverpool v Arsenal match, and that would defending Hippie proud.
Absolutely, you've got to keep your shape. You've got to keep your line again. The incident from the incident in the Premier League on Sunday. We'll talk about that in a second. But Rangers have a chance. Oh, and the shot comes in there, I think, from Terry Smith just past the post here.
Yeah, great effort, good work. Good wide breaking there. Antonio coming in from the right hand flank. I think it was Max Tamer who, as I said, he was very, very capable from distance, from close range. Got a very sweet strike, left foot, right foot. He's just prodded one wide there with his left foot there. Decent effort from probably 12 yards.
Yeah, we were talking about holding your line. There was an incident in the Premier League on Sunday, the Spurs-Newcastle game, where Basson of Newcastle, for some reason Newcastle were holding their line, but he drifted right back to the edge of his own penalty area and gifted Darren Bent with the winning goal. You know, and it was criticised on Match of the Day too by Lee Dixon, who said that you should keep a line. And Rangers, the youth team tonight, keeping their shape and doing very well at the back.
Yeah, so far so good. And whilst we're giving a lot of plaudits to the front men so far, and we have been all season with the goals, especially Josh Parker and Antonio joining the squad. I think the back two, the two at the other end of the league, Ed Harris and Lou Colley have almost been mainstays this season, and you can see they've sparked up a really good relationship, and they're showing that again this evening.
Very, very solid at the back, Rangers. And now a free kick just a yard inside our own penalty area on that right hand side for an offside flag against Danny Freeman, the Grimsby centre forward. He's been called offside 3 or 4 times already. And free kick called by Putin, headed on by German, doesn't quite get a touch in fact, but Parker's in there for Rangers and he concedes a foul on Sam Woods. Free kick forward for Grimsby, out to the right hand side, looking for the left winger Thompson. He's supported in tandem by Parker, the outside left back for Grimsby. And forward where Rangers will clear their lines at left back by Aaron Waters. Edge of the penalty area, the Grimsby keeper comes scampering out of his box and has to double back to pick the ball up. That's Overton. Bowls it out overarm to Sam Woods. Woods forward looking for Freeman, 21 goals this season for Grimsby. Rangers knock it back and forward. Josh Parker on the left hand side. A little bit of head tennis as I speak. Davenport in there for Rangers. Hacked away at the back by Gray of Grimsby. Looking to get it out to the left hand side for Thompson wins a throw off the Rangers right back Michael Rhines. Throw in taken quickly, steal for Grimsby midway inside the Rangers half, dances past one challenge. Rangers come away with Frankie Sutherland and Grimsby will pick it up again on the halfway line with their number 4 Davis just in the centre circle, clips a long one. Rangers pick it up now with number 4 Danny Davenport, and Davenport tries to find his midfield colleague Aimer, but Grimsby back in possession on the right hand side. There's a chance in there for and that's Fuller for Grimsby, and he was 8 yards out unmarked, great run through, but he clipped it over the top in.
Yeah, he seemed quite composed as he broke through there, but I think he probably just lifted his head up and he didn't get over the ball as he probably had liked. He just lifted it, a left-footed curling effort, which just flighted over those Putin's crossbar, but if Putin's collects the ball, I think we can see both Rangers down there bellowing out the instructions, and I think Rangers, the key now, they've got 3.5, probably 3.5 plus probably an added 2 minutes, 5.5 minutes in total before the break. Just keep it tight and go in 1-0 and then win with a real chance of getting this back to Loftus Road.
Yeah, there were a couple of lengthy injuries actually, so we will have 2 or 3 minutes injury time. That was probably Grimsby's best chance there, and now Rangers build with Sutherland past a couple of challenges, tries to play it through to German, but it drifts all the way through to goalkeeper Overton around about the Grimsby 6-yard line. He skips forward to the edge of the penalty area and hoists it long, right-footed, over halfway, headed away at the back by Luke Ollie for Rangers. Grimsby come again on the left foot. Thompson past one challenge, past the second, and towards the right foot, can't get a shot in. And now there's a cross shot there by Fuller, and that drifts away. And you say there was a good move there. Fuller, I think he overhit that shot, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a couple of chances now, isn't it? That the number 10, Josh Ballou's coming in from the right flank. He's not being picked up, which Rangers obviously need to work on. I'm sure the managerial duo of Gallen and Ryan are certainly doing that for break, because that was another good chance, and he is, like you say, he's drifting in unnoticed at the moment, looking Josh Fuller from the right flank.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rangers leading 1-0 through Josh Parker's goal on 6 minutes, but Grimsby have more than played their part here and have had 2 or 3 very good opportunities to score, and there's been a couple of excellent double saves as well by Elvis Putin's in the Rangers goal. So Rangers, as we said, need to hang on here till half time and then regroup for the second half. Grimsby build again with Freeman on the left, Freeman, their 21-goal striker, plays a little ball inside to Thompson. Thompson's shot! That goal was on the card with a lovely sweeping move down the left-hand side. Freeman played in Thompson, and Thompson volleyed it into the top right-hand corner. Well, Ian Taylor, I suppose you've got to say they deserve that goal.
Yeah, as we'd say it, Tony, but it's an absolutely great goal, isn't it? I mean, it's a good build-up. You can't say it hasn't been coming because it happened. It's just once he's got in there, he's unleashed a bullet, and it was always going to take a shot. It's that power and precision to beat over up until this point. They've looked unstoppable for him. But yeah, Rangers will regroup. They've got a minute or so to see it in before the break, and fingers crossed to come out second half and we'll be fine.
Well, that goal was coming, and it was coming for quite a long time. So it's Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 1. Rangers ahead through Josh Parker on 6 minutes. Thompson with the equaliser for Grimsby with 2 minutes to go at the end of this first half. And you've got to say, even though we're dyed-in-the-wool Rangers fanatics doing this commentary for tonight, you've got to say Grimsby deserved that, because they had been in the ascendancy for a good 20 minutes or so, and it was only really Elvis Putinans in the Rangers goal keeping Rangers ahead. I don't think any goalkeeper in the world could have stopped that effort. It was a scorching left-footed shot into the top right-hand corner. Rangers have a throw on the far right-hand side with Michael Wright to take it, the right back. QPR 1, Grimsby 1. Spread out to the left now. Aaron Waters forward on to the number 8 Terry Smith, and now Parker for Rangers on the left. Parker with a deep high-hanging cross. German comes, and the goalkeeper Overton comes a long way and gets a hand on it and pushes it behind for a corner. Rangers' third corner to be taken by Max Amer on that far right-hand side at the Loftus Road end in front of the police control room. Steps back against an advertising hoarding, an advert for QPR World, funnily enough. He takes the corner into the near post. It's headed out at the back by Bird. Rangers try to get a shot in again, and the referee has given a free kick against Frankie Sutherland for handball. So Grimsby have a free kick on the edge of their own penalty area, and not being biased, but the referee tonight, some of the 50-50 challenges have gone against Rangers, I think it's fair to say. Anyway, free kick forward, edge of the penalty area. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 1. Long ball forward, up and over halfway by Overton, and Rangers win possession again just outside the centre circle with German. Again surrounded by 3 Grimsby defenders. Grimsby closed the play down ever so quickly. Their pressure on the ball has been really tremendous tonight, and both sides, as I said, really giving it a good go, and an entertaining game for the crowd, which is approaching 4 figures. Queen's Park Rangers concede a throw. Here's a derision from the crowd for some reason. It was a good header out by Aaron Waters. I think there's a posse of Grimsby Town youth team players next to the stand who are encouraging their team. Behaving quite immaturely, actually. It must be their under-16s. Their under-18s are out there.
Yeah, I think it's under-16s up to under 3. But there we go. Fair play to them. They've arrived. They've brought 2 coaches tonight down from Grimsby. So credit to them. Let them enjoy their evening in the sun. I think they're enjoying themselves.
Well, and they're enjoying a good Grimsby performance. Rangers, a good performance. Certainly, the next goal in this one's going to be crucial. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby 1. I didn't see the 4th official here. Well, hopefully Rangers can hang on now, because Grimsby is on again with Thompson, their goal scorer, and he's charged down the edge of the penalty area by Harris. And Grimsby can. Hoots of derision from the Grimsby under-16s alongside us. I'm not quite sure why. They're seeing subliminal messages from the pitch that we're not seeing in the press box. Anyway, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby 1. Ball played forward for number 7 for Grimsby. Dixon. He can't keep the ball in play, and it's behind for a goal kick. So Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby Town 1. Just a recap on the goals. Josh Parker put Rangers ahead of 6 minutes with a solo effort, beating 2 defenders on the left-hand side before shooting under the goalkeeper Overton at the near post. But Grimsby forcing their way back in with some good possession of play, and they equalised on 43 minutes. There's the half-time whistle. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Grimsby 1. Ian Taylor, I think that scoreline a fair